All right, boys. How we doing?
Hey, before we get started, actually, I was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
You've now been, 2 months since you doubled the amount of kids in one day?
Yeah, good memory.
So how's it going, man? How's it going with 4?
Well, let me ask you a question. A question I've asked you before. A question you didn't answer very well the first time.
Okay.
Do I look cute?
Oh, man. I think cute's a wrong question to ask another man.
It's the wrong word.
You know? I'm just like, no, you're not cute. No,
You're
the
not
answer is
cute.
no.
The answer is no. Sorry.
puppy
Maybe
is
not
cute.
your ego or anything else.
Next question. No, I feel good. Thanks for asking. I mean, Andrew and I were having like a off-air conversation about this the other day. I feel like you are more relaxed the more kids you have. Not to say like, things don't irritate you, but I think your tolerance for things like mess, routine, and rigidity does somewhat go out the window. And so I've really embraced like the vomits that have been falling on me. I've really embraced like the breast milk that's been spilling everywhere. And I've really embraced bath time because
Good.
as a group,
Bath time.
as a group, the phrase shot clock has really resonated with me, and everything is now units of time. Everything feels like it's units of time. But we're through the hardest stretch, I would say. We're getting decent stretches of sleep.
Okay,
and
that's huge.
I have a huge personal win because yesterday my wife was out with her friends. They had their monthly book club. And it was the first time that I had all 4 kids in the evening.
There we go.
Now I've had like the kids throughout, like in pockets, but this was like hey, I'm out with my friends. I'm getting dinner. It's you and the kids. And obviously with all the bravado.
Mild little panic sets in once the door closes.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm fine.
Wait a minute.
So sweating.
Well, I
don't think this is allowed.
No. I did it with a lot of bravado and gusto. Babe, stay out as long as you like. Like, don't, or this whole, like.
Meanwhile, you're pinging Find My Phone. Find where is she at? Is she on her way home?
Hello, 911. My wife's been missing for 12 minutes. But we got both the older kids. They were down by 7. So I kind of pulled a bit of a Hail Mary and said, let's try an earlier bedtime. Worked out great.
Nice.
Then one of the twins I put down around 7:40, stayed asleep till 9, took another quick feed, and then down till 1 a.m.
Beautiful.
There you go, man.
The second twin, it was like the devil's spawn. She was like, you know what? That was way too smooth there.
She wasn't having it?
Wasn't having it. I couldn't put her down. Like my wife came back and I felt like I had dislocated my left shoulder. She's like, how'd it go? I'm like, yeah, it was great. Just really, really good.
Just needs a rotator cuff surgery, but
I'd gone through like 3 outfits. Like we'd like gone through like vomit. Like I was topless by the time she walked in because I couldn't be bothered to go upstairs and get like a new like t-shirt. But
trying to trick her into feeding.
Yeah, exactly. But no, other than that, it went really well. How are you feeling? Because you are pretty close to
the
number
doorstep.
5.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close
Yeah.
here. It's not quite, like any moment now, but we're getting close to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm freaking out a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah. I told my wife that yesterday.
Yeah. I bet she
freaking
really
out because this is a kid, a boy.
No, I think it's just adding another one.
Yeah.
Because with a current 2-year-old who is just like, a handful.
Yeah.
I'm like throwing a kid into this mix. I just feel like it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
So it's more just that, just trying to get my head around like, okay. And then again, like the first year, like the baby and mom are doing so much together. So I'm like, all right, preparing myself. Like it's me and the 4 kids, like breakfast, bath time, everything's going to be,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to. And so I'm just trying to mentally get there and like, I'm like, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot.
I'll tell you, your youngest will mirror the energy of her 3 older sisters.
I hope so.
If the 3 older ones are like excited about the baby, she will mirror that.
She did have a comment, and it made me think of you, Naveed.
Oh, yeah.
She was my 2-year-old. She looked at my wife, and they were talking about the baby, and she just goes, I'm not going to hit him. Just like that. She's like, well, I'm not going to hit him. Like, so obviously she was thinking about this baby, and whatever her head she's thinking of,
my
a baby.
eldest used to have intrusive thoughts that she acted upon. She'd walk past like my now second oldest and just like whack her and just walk off like nothing had happened.
So apparently she's been
those.
thinking about this and just like, and she's
Like,
telling
I've made my decision. I will not hit him.
Thanks, I think.
So we'll see. That's going to throw an interesting mix in it. That's leading into part of the part of the freak out.
awesome.
But
We'll stay on top
We're
of
ready,
it. Don't
man.
worry. You've got plenty of support system here.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll
Yeah,
get there. Any dad wins? Any dad fails this week?
I think we have a lot of dad wins and dad fails over the last little bit. I'm gonna do a carve out at the end. I have a new thing I got to plug.
Okay.
I'm not getting
Okay.
paid anything for this thing.
Okay, that's fine.
But I will tell you a hack I've discovered. You have to stay till the end. I'll tell you a hack. You have to remind me if I forget about it. But a dad hack.
Okay. I'm going to make a note.
yeah,
I'm going to
dad
make a
hack
note.
that I've discovered.
We'll circle
Nice.
back to that. I had a
For-
dad win and a dad fail this week. So, look, am I better than you guys? No, absolutely not. But no,
Absolutely not.
no, no.
Absolutely not.
Wow, ouch.
I mean, Matt told me I was cute when I first walked in. So
Before you got here.
So I know that.
I'm just going to sporadically ask Matt that question throughout. I did something you told me about. I did the phone cleanse.
Okay, how'd that
I
work?
did the 24-hour Friday through Saturday, 7 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
You know, you do feel like somewhat of a drug addict
You right?
because the amount of times I went to reach for my pocket or a phantom phone was crazy. And at one point on Saturday morning, I was trying to figure out what time like these like European soccer games were on. So I went to my phone. I was like, well, I don't have like my phone. And like, I obviously have YouTube TV. And so like one of the games was on YouTube TV, but I was like, okay, well, which game's on Peacock? Which one's on whatever? And I'm trying to figure this out. And so I just like reached my wife's phone and she's like, that still counts, you know?
Nice,
I'm
Irene.
like-
Way to hold him to the fire.
She used like this like phrase around. She's just like, if you drink someone else's beer, you still get drunk.
Oh, wow. Well, someone else's cocaine.
Yeah, right. So I was like, sheepishly like gave it back to her. But I did feel a lot more like plugged in and present.
Yeah.
And our kids were actually a bit more well behaved that day. And my wife commented on it and she was like, it's because like you're listening to what they're saying at the first time of asking versus like semi-distracted. And they've maybe asked you, 3 times at that point. So when you finally plug in, they're just irritable because they've been vying for your attention at 3 different
Right.
attempts. So she was a big fan of it. Like she thought
That's
it was
cool.
really good. So I'd recommend
I'm have to get on that
you
train.
there, my friend,
Yeah.
just to try that. I mean, the only 2 people I text are you 2, so there's no other. I wouldn't worry about missing.
If I know, we're not available.
And plus, when
so-
my parents text, they text in a group chat with my wife, and I never respond anyway. So she,
I'm
she-
terrible responding to text anyway.
So she can handle all of that as well. So yeah, we had the phone cleanse, which is great.
That's awesome.
But then I had a really bad dad fail. So as part of that whole, let me be more present. And we had spoken on the previous episode about just playing in the snow and whatever, right? So I took them out. They were going a bit crazy. So I took them out, like actually volunteered it. So pat
You're
on the
bored.
back.
You got nothing else to do.
Nothing
You don't
else
have
to
your
do.
phone.
Shot
Like
clock.
I've watched
Nothing.
everything
Shot
I can do.
I've read the back of every shampoo
Yeah.
container at this
Whatever.
point.
I'm just gonna.
I've
gonna
read
go out
the
and play in the
outside.
snow.
I've read the ingredients of goldfish, the
Yes.
ingredients of every kid's snack. Nothing. So anyway, I take them out, and it was a solid hour of playing. Fun play, right? And we had done the sleds, we had done all of that stuff. So I'm putting the sleds back into the garage, and lo and behold, my golf clubs are right in front of me. So I pull it out, and it's like the sword and the stone, like when he like pulls it out. And you're like, yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
light is like shining. I'm like, wow, this 7-iron feels so good in my hands. And so I stop.
Only 6 more months from now. 6 months away. That's all.
So I start doing like these like practice swings, and my wife like catches a glimpse from outside. I think we have the video somewhere. We'll share it on socials. And so she's taking a video of me, and I sent you guys that video. But I don't know if you guys noticed, I had to remove sound on that video. Because while I'm distracted practicing my golf swing, I'd like set up a bunch of snowballs and I was just whacking snowballs. Super desperate at this point. And my 5-year-old, she fell off the top of the swing set. She's screaming in the background. And so you can
Maybe we
hear-
need to give you your phone back.
Seriously.
It's safer for everybody if Naveed has his phone.
Well, anyway, that was a bit of a bit of a dad fail, but in the vein of just kind of the time of the year that we're in, and I feel this has been building up for a period of time, and I figured we would from time to time kind of use an accumulation of listener comments and feedback that we received, along with some of the things percolating in our heads around old man gripes. So think of it from public behavior gripes, technology gripes, parenting gripes, whatever is top of mind. This is just a forum. Think of it as therapy. Maybe it's just a stream of consciousness for the next however many minutes.
Therapy with our closest 10,000 friends.
Without
Listen to
10,000.
I'm calling my shot. 10,020.
Any old man gripes that
The biggest one I have right now, I spend a lot of time on the road right now, like driving back and forth, school and work. And it's just the lack of people paying attention on the road is frightening. I mean, you'd rather people just sitting at green lights, people getting over, people texting, like everyone texts and drive.
Yeah.
And you can't stop it because everyone has a phone. But it's maddening. It's maddening
It
when
is.
you're
It's
paying
insane.
attention, because you're like, how many people are actually paying attention now versus texting and driving? And it's got to be, I think it's leaning more towards like 60-40, maybe even more people are on their phone the entire time they're
I like
they're
how you
driving.
just pulled out a statistic there.
Yeah. I just
I'm-
figured I'd
I'm
throw
good.
it out.
I'm good for it.
figured
I
I'd throw
agree.
it out.
I'm going to co-sign that statistic.
Yeah.
But you don't think people are doing like the voice text thing? I'm
No.
big into the voice text thing.
Maybe,
now.
but their head's down constantly.
Yeah,
And
like,
as soon as they hit a stop sign or stoplight or they get behind someone for 1 second, 1 second, they're looking
All right,
down
let's
at
stay
their
on
phone.
cars then. You know, the one that really irritates me is people that like tail you or like aggressively like tailgate
That's
you.
never fun.
That I have
Do you know
thought
it happen a lot?
it happens more often than
Do you drive the
I
speed limit,
realize.
or are you like five
No,
over? Like, where are you at?
Listen, my wife and I get into it about like the speed of like how fast I drive.
Okay.
She isn't.
Okay.
She's not thrilled.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's put it that way.
Too fast, right?
Too
Quick.
fast.
Yeah.
So you're getting tail
So
I can
cautious.
tell you why you're getting tailed.
Well, that's the issue. I always feel like I always look at speed limit plus 10% as a rule of thumb to say like 10% feels like, and it's actually passed down from my dad because he was like, you know what, if you go speed limit plus 10%, you're probably going to get let off if something happens.
I guess in kilometers, that's what you have to do. Here, it's just
Yeah.
5 over.
Fine.
Five over.
Side
Yeah.
streets, 5 over, 10 on the highway.
Fine.
If you're within those limits, you're good.
Fine. So I'm setting myself at 38.5 miles
I'll
per
tail
hour.
you. If you're not at 40, I'm tailing you.
Maybe we figured it out.
I figured it out.
That's Andrew behind you the whole
You
time.
want to know my gripe? This idiot who drives 38.5 miles an hour everywhere.
But it's so irritating. And obviously I have kids in the car, so I would never like
Sure, I
act
get-
upon
I
it.
get it.
And like America also is such a volatile place to have road rage because you never know who's like
You don't.
packing.
It's always better to just not.
It's 100%.
Do you guys voice your frustration? Like, how do you voice your frustration when you're driving? Do you totally keep it
wait,
to yourself,
with the
or do you start
kids?
making comments
With the
Like,
kids?
whether to you or your wife?
yeah,
like,
I'll even if I'm by myself, I'll be talking to whoever's in the car.
by myself? Oh yeah.
right.
I'm going off the deep end.
Yeah.
Like,
because there's times where my wife said, like, Matt, you know,
Even with my kids, I'll say stuff, and my wife says, she says, "Hey, I think that's enough. I think he can hear you. I think they hear you already. If they can't, they can see in your rearview mirror."
never with the kids. I won't.
No?
I won't. No.
Oh, that's good.
I
for
won't
you,
do
man.
it. Yeah, I won't do it with the kids. I will definitely do it when my wife's in the car, and when I'm by myself, there's a whole narrative that I've created in my head about what a loser this guy is. The other one that really annoys me while we're on cars is if I've gone out my way to let you like merge in, like from a traffic
yeah.
standpoint, or if we're at like a red light and like let's say there's a gas station off to our right, and I have the common decency to like leave a reasonable amount of space so that someone can go into the gas station should they so choose, and they don't wave thank you.
Oh my gosh,
Dude,
how hard is it to save a little?
The
thank
amount
you?
of times I've wanted to turn in there with them,
Yeah,
pull
right.
up by the gas pump,
You're
and be
welcome. No, dude, I'm the same. That'll irritate me. It's like, listen, like I didn't have to. I was kind enough to let you merge in.
Yeah.
I gave you a little
Yeah.
bit of Midwestern hospitality.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
You can at least.
I've held up 6 cars behind me,
and he's been tailing me for the last 3 hours. He already hates my guts.
and we work together. It's super weird.
It's funny. We were just down in South Carolina, and it's funny because South Carolina, they're way more like lackadaisical.
Right.
And so like, although Cleveland's considered the Midwest, I think we have more of like an East Coast driving mentality here in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
more of an aggressive driving rather than other areas of the country. Well, South Carolina's like super relaxed. So like I'm driving and I have to get over like 3 lanes on this highway, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like, all right, buckle up, kids. We're doing some sideways, whatever stuff, Fast and Furious stuff.
Yeah.
I turn to my blinker and everyone just like lets me over. I was like, oh, well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Blood pressure comes down.
So yeah, I think in Cleveland we
Yeah.
have a little bit more of aggressive.
Well,
driving.
let's stay with public behavior gripes then. I'm going to give you another one. This one happened to me at the weekend when I was grabbing a coffee. Speakerphone in public places. What do we think of people who are on speakerphone in public places?
In general, like anybody who's talking loud on their phone. So even
Yeah.
if it's not speakerphone, even if like you're on an earbud and you're like, no, bro, sell this thing. We got to be like, it's just like, no, like there's other human beings in the world.
100%.
Like,
Right.
why are you doing this? It's obviously you're doing this to like, you're everybody's looking at you. You're in a coffee shop that your decibels are way louder, or you're in
Yeah.
an area where your decibels are way louder. Like it doesn't make sense. So like
100%.
I would say it's very irritating to me.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they're trying to peacock or something like that. It's like, what are you doing? Or like the
Gordon Gecko or whoever. Like
Yeah,
they're trying
that's
to,
exactly.
I
That's
always feel
exactly
bad
right.
for whoever's on the phone with them because you hear everything. Like when someone
Yeah.
puts you on
on
speaker,
speakerphone, yeah,
you're
yeah.
like,
Especially when you're in a
why
cafe.
why do you have me on speaker? I can hear everything going on in here. I can't barely hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, it's a lose-lose, man.
Yeah.
We have a friend who is a bit like that. I won't name him because it will be obvious.
Yeah.
But like in our group of friends, like if we're
Dude, I'm right here, bro.
he's wearing a baby blue light shirt right now, about to have his 5th kid.
Narrows it down.
You'll never guess. But he's always in public doing stuff. And we have a rule that like if you start hearing more than 2 voices on the phone, we all just hang up. And he knows it now.
Oh, okay.
That's
And
funny.
So
So you just hang up on him?
we'll just be hanging up. What about, and this also happened recently as well. Actually, same encounter. Not holding the door or holding the door too long. Where do we stand on that?
I'll pretty much always hold the door. Guy, girl, I don't really care. I'll always hold the door just because I think it's a nice thing. Or like, you walk in, maybe hold the door open if it's a guy.
You're an equal
whatever.
rights guy. Yeah.
Listen, I'm.
But how
I'm
far away from the door?
Well, here's the
Thank
thing.
you.
before you
There's
let
a
it
timing
close.
thing. There's a
Thank
timing
you.
thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would say like if they're trailing 3 seconds, if you're past a 3-second trail,
Do you count 3
I
seconds?
can't open. I can't. No, I'm just thinking in my
just
head.
doing the
like,
calculation as
I
yeah.
think
One
it'd be
Mississippi,
like a
2
Mississippi,
Yeah.
3 Mississippi. Okay, if you're not by the door by now, I'm out. Like you're gonna have to open the door yourself. So I would say there's a 3-second grace period. If you're trailing me within 3 seconds, I'll hold the door for you. If you're outside of 3 seconds, I'm sorry.
It's gonna close.
You, your babies, whatever you're carrying, you got to do. I'm just kidding.
They get to the door and just holding it shut.
I gave you 3, baby. I gave you 3 seconds.
What the other one that's been, and Matt, you're about to go through this actually, so I'm gonna actually pivot to some parenting gripes that I've been having. Just car seats in general.
Yeah.
Okay, the installation of car seats has to be a top 5 like rage-inducing thing for parents, and thankfully we're in the winter because I don't know if you've ever tried to install a car seat in the midst of summer. You go in weighing
I have
185.
11 kids, dude.
Sure.
I've installed car seats in every season.
A couple of things about car seats. One, when it's the midst of summer and you go in weighing 185 pounds and you come out weighing 180 because you've lost all that water weight.
Yeah.
2, when your wife will casually be like, would you mind just moving the car seats because whatever reason? And you're like, it's not just moving car seats. It's like a whole like thing that
But you would think that like Dyson makes these incredible like fans and hair dryers and all these things. Like,
Yeah.
where's the Dyson for the car
Yeah.
seat that
Yep.
everybody needs? And now with like all the regulations around like you're not supposed to reuse a car seat, you're not supposed to
Right.
give anybody a car seat.
They go bad apparently after so
like,
many years.
People are throwing these things away to where like you're creating a consumable basically. Why not make it easy for someone to just put in their car? And I know they have those clips now, which do make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's like it's bizarre to me that it's as hard as it is.
Yeah.
Like, you would think it'd be easier.
I have, and I'm pulling it up right. I'm pulling it up right now. So we have those even flow. I think it's even flow. The even flow car seats with the twins that in the middle row the twins go into, and it's the rotating ones. So it's actually been awesome.
So it turns
because-
toward the door. When you-
turns
when you
towards the
put 'em
door.
in and out.
So you're not
Okay.
kind of trying to maneuver your
sounds
body
nice.
and all that stuff. The issue is, and we didn't realize this going in as
They're 45 inches long. Is that the reason?
no. The issue is and we didn't realize this going into it being first time twin parents, is they're not like the clip-on, clip-off ones. So when you have one kid, you have a clip-on, clip-off, and typically you can clip that into like a stroller, or you can just hold it yourself. Now, you can't like have two clip-ons with twins because you'd be holding it like you're King Kong, like your arms would be like at the ground, so you can't do that. So there is, as far as I'm aware, no twin contraption that just clips on, clips off, and you can clip onto like a stroller. If there is, and someone is out there, please let me know.
Yeah. There
Although
you go.
we're kind of through the worst of it, but I mean, it's still such an inconvenience.
Still, you have another year of a kid in the car seat.
I know, but it is, well, right now it's pretty straightforward because, and I'll share a picture because we have this right now, is we've got like the double baby carrier. And so both twins go in
one carrier?
In one carrier.
Really?
But it's two individual compartments.
Okay.
It's amazing. They love it. Like they go to sleep in it every single time. So when we take them out the car seat.
So you have to take the baby actually out of their car seat. So if they're sleeping, you're taking them out.
Oh, yeah,
so like,
brutal.
are they wearing snowsuits or are they wearing sacks or something like that at this time?
They are wearing like warm layers.
Yeah.
But then when they go into the baby carrier, they go into the carrier with that layer, and then their warm jacket, whatever, they'll have like a hat typically. It kind of like drapes around them.
Okay.
But they won't wear that inside.
Because we've always had these like they're a sack for lack of a better term. Where like they're like the belts come through to where you clip them inside and the sacks around the kid. Where like they'll still wear warm clothes, but like they fall asleep and then you just bring them in the house and like set them down in the house. But you can't do that then.
We can't do that.
Ooh,
that's rough.
That's rough, man.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even if you think about even if like there was a clip-on, clip-off functionality, if you are a single parent, like not single parent, but if you're out by yourself,
sure, get you.
You can't do that. You won't have any hands. You don't have any hands to like navigate. Like sometimes like when you take like, one kid to a doctor's appointment, you take the car seat, you clip it off, you carry them inside, you've got your bag and whatever else, maybe another kid.
Yeah.
You can't physically do it. You can't open doors. When I was watching the kids by myself yesterday, there was a moment when I had both in my hands and I was like, I really need something out the fridge right now. So I'm like with my toes trying to open
Classic
the fridge.
dad move.
With my toe, I'm like, both are asleep. I was like,
yeah.
I can't risk this.
Yeah.
And so I'm like hopping on one foot. I'm like, this could be really bad if I topple back. Managed to open it with one foot and then look up and I'm like, the Gatorade is not in the usual spot. It was at the top. And I was like, I don't have the flexibility to reach this. So we're done here. So anyway, car seats. That was
I think
bad.
car seats are pretty irritating.
Yeah.
Overall.
The other one that's been really prevalent in our house, and I don't know if it's just indicative of the fact that we just got off a couple of weeks of just being off school and whatever else. And I mean, you definitely feel this with the number of girls you have, and you especially with the number of girls you have, is the why question.
Oh,
My 2-year-old right now is in the why phase.
My 17-year-old in the Y phase.
Great.
I don't think they leave it.
Yeah, no, glad they grow up there, actually.
Yeah.
The why phase is unbelievable. It just... Some of the questions are actually really good.
So is it a gripe or is it just like a... There's an, like, see, I wouldn't say it's a gripe of mine. The why is not a gripe of mine. It's like,
The why is not a gripe because 95% of the time, it's an amazing way to have a conversation with your kid.
Exactly.
And it's an amazing way to like keep them stimulated. But the 5% when you're at your wit's end and you've got a million other things going on and you are home by yourself watching 4 kids trying to put them to bed and you say go brush your teeth and you're met with why, you're like, just go.
Yeah, when it's a talk back or it's like attitude,
yes.
then,
When it's a talk
then
back,
it's wrong.
I guess
that's maybe a better way of framing it.
but when they're asking questions,
But it's just
genuinely
go
curious.
brush your teeth. Like
Yeah.
I just go brush your teeth. That's it. And you failed in that response
Because your breath stinks. All right, that's why. Go brush your teeth. That's the why.
That's 100%. Because your breath smells.
Try
Tell them the harsh truth.
Yeah. Just a hard
Your
truth.
breath smells like dog food. Okay.
What about in the car? Like I said, I'm staying on that vein of like just like the car seats, like just all that stuff. I have been the one that's been really, really irritating recently is because we have 2 cars and we're constantly like changing in and out between like whether I drive it, my wife drives it, both our phones are connected to the car. Okay. And so sometimes when you have all 4 kids in the car and you've just buckled them all in, and the car is still stationary. Everyone's shrieking because they want like a specific song on, or the twins are about to start crying, and you know that the one song that calms them down needs to come on in the next 3 seconds. Why can your car never recognize the Bluetooth? Frantic. Like,
I think that's a you problem.
I think
that to me is like, I could care less.
it's a top 3 panic-inducing moment, because I'm like, you know what? We have an hour drive ahead of us,
Yeah.
and we are starting off on the wrong foot.
You just got to bring your earbuds with you and just pop those suckers in.
I was
and be
gonna
like-
say
you do
because
that?
I've started to do that. Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's it's them constantly asking for mom in the car.
It's like, what am I? I'm not even here.
They're just like, mom. And she's just
But
like, guys,
why?
I'm right
Why
here.
is
And
that?
I've said yes to you 5 times. And they just, mom. And that's where like the long trips, I'm like, all right, give me the ear pods.
I've
I'm
started to
tuning
be
out.
like, I started like, they'll do that, and I'll start to go like, Dad. Oh yeah, what's going on, guys? What do you need from me? What do you need? Yeah, I can help too.
I got you right here. And they just look at you and then they look
Like,
right back.
yeah,
Mom,
they're like,
mom,
what are
mom.
you talking about, you weirdo? I'm
Yeah,
this guy
man.
who pays for everything.
Yeah, they want number one, man.
Yeah.
And in the car, it can be very irritating.
Yeah. What else are you struggling with, just in terms of, you know, baby number 5 on the horizon? What's worrying you? What can we help with?
Yeah, like I said, the worries are just chasing the kids, or like adding to the chaos right now, because the house is pretty chaotic. Although like my 10-year-old is super responsible. My 7-year-old, I forget she's 7 sometimes, and I treat her like a 10-year-old, which is unfair. But she's like awesome, and she's like they're really independent for their age, so that's awesome. And then my 4-year-old is like, you know, she's the one that if you say brush your teeth, you know, 10 minutes later, you know, you find her downstairs in the cabinet. You just never know what's going to happen if you just walk away at that moment.
Those are the like as those kids get older though, they bring you the most like, I don't know, maybe joy is the wrong word.
Yeah.
But like my third in the hierarchy, he was one of those kids that he wasn't like purposely trying to be disobedient ever. He just would kind of like do his own thing always. He'd be like, hey, go do this thing. And, you know, like you said, he'd show up. Like, you'd be like, all right, we're all getting ready for church. I've laid out all your clothes on the bed. Go get ready for church. And he goes from his pajamas to his underwear and then dresses in a Superman costume and is in the basement playing make-believe. You're like, what is going on here?
Right.
Why is everybody else dressed and you're in your Superman costume? But they always have the best, like, you know, characteristics as they continue to grow. They have like, I don't know, just goofiness.
She's like a happy to be here kid.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's really just like happy to be there, sweet. But you know, when you're trying to get things moving.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And my 2-year-old is just running around. Like she's just like, I got to go potty. You're like, okay, let's go potty. And she's like, I don't have to go potty. And you're just like, you just told me I had to go potty. She's like, I'm not going.
It's
like,
the fact
it's literally
that you get
just
into
like,
that debate with her.
yeah,
that
right. They
gets
sucks you right in.
It sucks you right
Because you're
in.
like, oh, you're so excited. You're like, you told me, like, this is good. Let's go. And then like, it's like a 2-step, and then it's like, no, I'm not going potty. And then it's like, if you force them, they scream, cry, and it goes terribly. So you know what I mean? It's just like you're stuck.
We're in this process right now. Maybe it's a gripe, maybe it's not. Is we were on the cusp of my 2-year-old deciding whether to potty train her before the twins or not.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so we decided not to pre-twins. There's just a lot going on. And so she's 2.5 now. And we're like, okay, probably the right time. We sat down and we did New Year's resolutions as a family. And one of the New Year's resolutions we had for her and had her sign off, physically made her sign it, was you will be potty trained.
I'm sure that's really going to stick.
Yeah, seriously.
No,
Give
it's
me
a
your
contract.
signature.
No,
I'm sorry, kid.
No, you don't understand. It's a contract, Andrew. So we said you can be
that's
potty
fun.
trained. So and rightly or wrongly, we had kind of brought my eldest in on the plan, and we said, listen, when she successfully uses the toilet, she gets a marshmallow. We did the same thing with my eldest, and it worked pretty well. But like, that's a type A eldest. This one is my free spirit. Does not care. Like feral. Eats all colors of snow: yellow, brown, white.
I get it.
Doesn't distinguish.
Yep.
So she's just adamantly refusing to do this. She loves pooping in the pantry, and that's her spot.
That's her spot.
She closes
Where all
the door.
food is great.
This is fantastic.
The small room where all the food is. It's like love opening that door, I'm sure.
The liquid death that's in the pantry is her favorite spot. So she just sits on like the 6-pack of liquid death and just lets rip. But it just hasn't been working. And we're at the point now where we're just like, you know what? When she's ready, she's ready. I'm just not going to force this. There's so many other things going on that cleaning up someone's poop is the least of is the least
Yeah.
of our worries.
Yeah.
So just let live. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. One other funny thing is, and maybe this isn't like, again, not a gripe, but a perspective, is really funny that much of the shot clock analogy and very much around like just no phone, so let's do something. I took both of my elder two kids to a music class at the weekend, and it was. I felt like it was a bit of a bait and switch for my wife because she was like, "Yeah, just take them to this music class." And the previous week, I'd taken to them to this like whatever dance class. And it was great because both girls went in by themselves and I was able to sit outside, catch up on whatever I needed to do. Well, I didn't have anything to catch up on this time. And so I was like, should I buy a magazine? Would that look weird if I turn up like with a newspaper or a magazine? But anyway, so, yeah.
You look distinguished.
Yeah,
like
right.
So distinguished.
Oh, look at this guy reading his GQ.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say.
Or Bizarre.
Or the
I don't know
what's the
magazines.
British-
I don't even know what magazines
What's
are
the
made
British
anymore.
Times?
Yeah. But anyway, so we turn up. And I walk them in. I introduce them to the teacher, and I'm about to turn around, and she's like, "Oh no, it's parent participation." And so she's got me like singing like my do re mi's and like all of this stuff. And
They make you take your shoes off?
they made me take my shoes off.
There's
Disgusting.
you want to talk about a gripe? I got a gripe about you. That's a way to emasculate somebody or whatever the term
Yeah,
is.
that's it. Emasculate.
Is like, I'm going to make you take your shoes off. And then it's like you're on, like, it's just a way that they show a little bit of power over you.
Yeah.
So it's
Dude.
like,
Dude, not only did she make me take my shoes off, she goes, "We're in a new space right now, and it's a bit slippery, so feel free to take your socks off too." And I went, "No,
Yeah.
we're
No,
not doing." But other parents are like taking their socks
No.
off,
No.
their kids taking their socks off. I was like, "We're
I'm
finding."
going to risk this slip.
No, I was like, "We're finding a corner far away. We're going to surround ourselves with the sock team.
Yeah.
Like parents around us with socks. That's where we're sitting."
Yeah. No,
So
that's-
anyway, I was the only parent in there with multiple children. I was also the only singleton parent there.
Okay.
It was kids that had both parents there. And it's just a funny perspective of like,
Yeah.
and you could tell that they were only parents of one kid
Yeah.
because they were like overly coddling their kids. They were overtly praising the kid. They were like overly like just like, they would sing like one part of what the teacher was saying and they'd be like, "Oh my goodness, look how talented little Jimmy is."
We've got the next Taylor Swift over here.
Meanwhile, the teacher like was like doing this like parent participation dance part, and I looked at my kids. I was like, "You dance with her, and you dance with her. I'm out. You
great.
guys do you." But it is actually really fun and like liberating. Like the more kids you have, because like you're just vibing.
Yeah.
At that point, so it's kind of fun. So yeah, don't stress.
That's
That's
good.
really
Don't
that's
stress.
really all I have. And it's still
We
your
shall
first
see.
rodeo.
We shall see. No, I know. It's that part. That part's good. It's we're excited too.
Do you want me? I feel like there's been a lot of gripes here, so I've got something that
You've had a lot of gripes.
I don't. No,
You've had a lot of gripes.
Seriously.
Matt and I said like 15 words.
He's got his list, man. I think he does 300 gripes over the years.
That's 300 gripes.
We hit like 7 right now.
So let me share. Let's actually. You want to plug something? What
I don't want to plug anything. I want to help all the dads out there.
Okay.
Or not even dads. If you're regardless of what you are, man, woman, whatever your engagement is. My wife was sick for about 2 weeks, like really, really sick. And she's a stay-at-home mom. I go to work. And typically when you have that arrangement, it's not always the case, but like she's like the primary, like make sure laundry gets done. I clean up when I need to. But she was sick for like 2 weeks. And I was like, don't do anything. Like we'll get it all taken care of. And so like I was valiantly trying to get laundry done with the couple of hours we have. But my older kids doing their laundry. And so like all the stuff's getting taken up. And I was like, this is insane. Laundry's never going to get done. And by the time I get to the thing that was washed, it smells because it's sat in there for 6 hours.
This
So,
is a gripe, by the way,
like
but
all
continue.
that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, I have to figure out a way to do this. So I'm like, there's got to be like an Uber or there's got to be an app to get your
Okay.
laundry done. There has to be something like that.
Yeah.
So I like quickly Google and I found a company called Poplin. It's Poplin. They have not paid me to say this. I haven't talked to anybody there. I download the app and I'm like, okay, how does this work? And I'm like, I'm just going to give them a test batch of clothing because I've got so much clothing. It doesn't matter if they destroy every piece of clothing here. So basically you go on, you put in your address, you hit like do my laundry, and it asks you a couple questions. Basically says like, how many kitchen bags of laundry would you fill? Like how would you have? And you say like whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. And so I had like 3 like kitchen garbage bag fulls of laundry. And they're like, all right, it's $1 per pound for them to basically come pick it up off your doorstep, launder it, and then return it folded to your doorstep but the next day. So they pick up by 8 p.m. and deliver by 8 p.m. or something like that. I don't know the exact timing. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't real. This is going to be one of those things where like I hit go and no one's going to ever pick it up or whatever. And then you can select whether you want like hypoallergenic,
Detergent and stuff.
detergent, or you can give them your own detergent. You can have to leave your own detergent out there. And I was like, you know what, it's worth a try. So I hit the button. And then I don't know who, Alyssa within like 10 minutes is like, hey, I'm Alyssa. I'm coming to pick up your laundry. I was like, this isn't real. Like this is going to be, dude.
We're getting robbed.
We have now done this. I've done this a couple times. Okay. And it has been fantastic. They pick it up, and then they're communicating with you in the app. To where like the one time I set it for next day, and I'm like, hey, is there any way you can get it to me earlier in the day because we have this thing going on? And she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And it comes like folded, and then like the one time it was a different lady, but she like ends up like coordinating the outfits, like basically saying like, okay, I can see that these are a bunch of like 3 tees, and these are a bunch of 5 tees. And so she like arranged it all that and fold. I was like, this is the most insane thing ever. And for, yes, it's not cheap, right? So like, you know, I think it's like a $40 minimum or something like that. So like on those 3 or 4 bags of clothes, I think it cost me like $70 for them to do my laundry. So it is not cheap. But like when you're sometimes like back up against the wall as a parent, you're like, okay, I need to make sure I hit the relief valve here. This was like an incredible way to do it. And then another hack is we were on vacation and laundry was piling up like crazy and we could not keep up with it. I'm like, I wonder if Poplin Service is down here. So added the address of the house I was staying at, did the same function. Everything was perfect. It was like,
really?
It just made vacation so much more calm. And it was like $60. So it was like, okay, we're going to eat peanut butter and jellies. We're not going to go out to dinner, but we're going to have clean clothes, right? So it was one of those things where like I could not give more praise than just like, it was so easy to use, and it was exactly as advertised.
That's awesome.
Anyway, Poplin,
that's making me feel bad. All the gripes I put out there was just me complaining. You made a complaint and a solution at the same time.
That's what we got to do.
Well, that's one of the things too. I'm like we're gonna need help at something. So like that's actually really great to know.
And you're like, you know, again, it doesn't matter like if you're a stay-at-home dad or stay-at-home mom. It's like, if you get sick, it's like there's a real challenge to being like, okay, I got to pull this off. Or there's just times in your life where you're like, whatever, I've got this thing. And to be able to, and you can do like same day express, like it's really well thought out. I have no idea how long this company's been around. I don't even know if they're like, I don't even know how it happened or whatever, other than.
All I know is I now invest in them.
Like legitimately was like, this is so good that I would invest in this company because it was super easy to use. It wasn't like all these hoops to jump through. And then it does say like, hey, make sure, like it says you have to check off and authorize there's no blood or there's no this or there's no that in it. Because like, that'd be the thing that I'd be concerned with is like, is somebody giving me their poop sheets that I got to wash or whatever? It's like, they try to make it to where it's a little bit easier and it's not that sort of stuff. So anyway, for mainline stuff, and like if you're a single parent or you're a parent of new twins or you're a parent with something you want to support your spouse or your significant other in whatever way you can.
That's awesome. That's a great dad hack.
That's a great hack.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
To my wife's like, hey, you got that app open?
Got a couple pounds of laundry need to go out.
There's some poopy sheets over here.
That's awesome.
That's an awesome place. Awesome place to end. Why don't you take us home, man?
Yeah, well, guys, listen, we want to hear from you. So if you can give us some feedback on topics that we should cover, that would be great to hear. We've got a lot of comments over the last couple of weeks, and we appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys commenting. The good and the bad, we take it all with stride, and it's fun. This is a really fun thing to do, and we appreciate you guys being around. So, till next time.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.